An inspiring victory. So much has happened since then, but they're still alive and trying. Meanwhile, the Knicks have been an excellent road team, 3-1 on the road in the playoffs thus far. Edge come to Maxey. Maxey looking to be aggressive, scores out of Maxey. Of course, the Sixers in game 3 looked great in the opening minutes. They had a 12-point lead. Bridges goes inside. He's surrounded. Now adjusts and lays it up at a
rhythm. The last thing you want to see if you're the Sixers is get a layup on his first touch.
Edgecombe can't get the first to go. Hart, Oubre on Brunson. Shot clock down to 5. Brunson finds Josh Hart. Fake spins and a foul call on Paul. Strong game throughout the game.
Well, he's really been their best perimeter defender all year, and that end of the floor has a tough break as Josh Hart was starting to lose his balance before the whistle.
Brunson, his first shot, knocks down. Hart guarding George. George has had some really good. George has done a good job on Towns in parts of the series. Bridges goes inside and bumped by him.
It's attack Joel Embiid off the dribble. Karl Anthony Towns, Jalen Brunson, and there you see Bridges.
Clock at 7. Towns lost it, gets it back to Bridges. Bridges off the bounce, pulls back, tough fall-away shot, won't go. Nick Nurse wants Tyrese Maxey to shoot often.
Across the court.
There's Josh Hart behind the arc. Hart, no.
But by the way, he rose up on that, he couldn't wait to release it.
Oubre was the leading scorer the other night. Towns is in the top 10 in shot blocking in the playoffs. Brunson falls. Maxey looks to push. They've got numbers. Maxey pulls up three-pointer. Won't go.
2 made threes in the series for Maxey, and it's such an enormous rhythm from deep.
He has a tendon injury in his right pinky finger. He doesn't talk about it. That one misses. He's not one of those players who will ever bring up the excuse stuff, but there's no question it's bothering him, and then he picks up.
See if that continues throughout, but you're right. There's been.
George picks up Brunson. Brunson sees an opening, goes inside, shot off the glass, does not get the bounce. See, already 4 shot attempts in 3.5 minutes. Embiid kicks it out. Edgecombe launches that three-pointer. Large contingent of Knicks fans.
And what a difference those kind of sequences make. A wide-open 3 is missed. Knicks.
Towns, who's been the facilitator, the hub, whatever you want to call him, he has turned into an excellent playmaker. McBride, corner 3. In an early 8-point lead. The double team on Embiid, turns it over. Knicks looking to push at every opportunity. McBride, try another, puts it up, puts it 5 of 6. And Nick Nurse is furious. He wanted a foul down the other end. Embiid, a hot start for the Knicks offensively. Oubre goes across the lane. Well defended, but a good job closing on him. Brunson back to McBride. Wide open 3. He's 4 for 4.
Major communication error on the part of the Sixers. You make him pick the ball up. No one rotates the shooter.
Brunson drives on the rookie Edgecombe. Turns, shoots, and scores. He's 4 for 4 in 5 minutes here in game 4. And Embiid's going to try a 3. That has been a struggle. Brunson to Towns. Towns is going to try a 3. Knicks no. Oubre using the screen. Goes right at Towns. And gets that
to rhythm with space.
Towns has Maxey on him. Towns goes right inside. Stops, pulls up. Shots good. 7 of 8 for New York. Edgecombe gets inside. Comes up short. Pulls back. He's going to have to hoist one up. Hart not going to get it off in time, and a 24
into rhythm.
All right, so substitution. Mitchell Robinson comes in for
different look. A lineup that can really hurt you on the offensive glass.
Embiid's going to try another three-pointer. Nice, beautiful help defense from Edgecombe. Brunson with 7 to shoot. Jab step. He fires up a 3. That's good.
On here to weather this early storm, hoping the Knicks start missing some shots.
Maxey sounds. Towns has really enjoyed doing the playmaking thing. Nice feed inside, another assist. On the road in the playoffs and at home, Sixers could use a big game from him. He had that amazing game 7. Maxey in rhythm, can't get it. Brunson wants some room, uses a Robinson screen, fires up another 3, puts it in.
Off a screen, they're in drop coverage, and Embiid back. near the paint. That's an easy look.
That's 270 pounds, Lisa, falling with no ability to brace his fall. As Oubre gets inside, over Edwards makes his first appearance as well for Philadelphia. Shamet off the bounce, kicks it out. Jordan Clarkson, his first shot. And well, the official signaled 3.
They finally get a hard closeout to a shooter, and you actually commit a foul.
Top of the telecast. Someday, legs, some NBA team is going to be down.
It has to be not just possession by possession, but you string them together quarter by corner. Put yourself.
Shamet, a good defender on Maxey. Maxey's so aggressive early on. The nice spin move, off balance, Banker can't get it. Hart. First foul in the last 2 minutes for the Knicks, and Towns still. Maxey in the last elimination game, that was game 7 in Boston. All he did was score 30 points with
attempts tonight, plus this trip to the line. So certainly he came out with the right intent. As
doubled up top, Shamet. Shot clock at 5. Nice fake from Shamet, fires away, hits a
right now, because that was good defense by the Sixers, other than biting on that pump fake.
Edwards misses. Drummond can't. Here comes Josh Hart. Ankle looks fine. Clarkson. Shamet, wide open 3. Pucks it. 11 of 12 from downtown. Maxey draws the foul on Robinson. Maxey with the 2 free throws.
Is an ace with which they are playing once they cross half court. So sharp. Every cut is sharp.
Maxey looking to post him up. Backs in. Shot in the paint is up. Off the mark. Drummond able. Brunson trying to help out on Maxey. Knicks have been double teaming him all series. Maxey stumbles a bit. Shot clock winding down. Gets inside. Lost the ball.
Maxey, you forced him toward half court, but the rotation over to the screener. So he
bring it up. Brunson to Shamet. Final second. Shamet a 3. And that will end the first quarter.
Closing the team out is one of the toughest things you can do, so we just want to stay focused and follow the game. I mean, OG's, one of our star players, one of our best guys. I can't replace him by myself. It takes a full.
Started for Anunoby in game 3, and he was 1 for 6. He's 4 for 4 tonight, Josh Hart. Edwards makes his move, pulls up, and draws the foul.
I think we may have just seen it replicated here. You can't shoot better than they just have. Some decisions in the paint that are a little bit more difficult than just catch and shoot.
64 games started, 12 of them. He had one of the great games of his career back in March, had a 32-point game. He's a good young player.
In here, I think, trying to hopefully get them a little bit of a spark offensively.
Hart's been one of the leaders in rebounding in the playoffs. Clarkson, Shamet, no hesitation. Landry
not help that hard off the strong side corner and make that pass that easy.
Playoffs in plus minus. The 76ers 16th out of 16 teams. Shamet feeling it, trying to go for a banker, can't get it. Clarkson the offensive rebound. Towns touch pass to Hart. Hart puts it up, shot is good. His second foul. Towns, by the way, he's got 7 assists already. Knicks still playing tough physical defense. Paul George trying to get free, gets away from Towns. Shot is good. Quentin Grimes guarding him. Alvarado inside, finds Towns. Towns pass to Hart. Hart flips it up and good.
Right now, whatever they want to do, even when they get it on the interior and there's traffic around, one more pass.
First field goal, his first point. Towns throws it back. Shamet a corner 3. Grabs the board. Here's Quentin Grimes, finds some room. Shot it. Clarkson. Alvarado. And tripped by Grimes. That's going to be the second team foul. Alvarado right back to Towns. Towns turns, shoots, and
Towns did not communicate it well at all.
Bridges the steal. Alvarado the 3. Air ball. Robinson offensive rebound. McBride tries again. Hits again. Deeper into this or any NBA playoff topic, ask AI mode in Google search. Joel Embiid.
In belief. And the Knicks came out and tried to take that right from them. All you can do is continue to fight on this end. Hopefully force some tough shots. String.
Robinson trying to help out. Good double team. Maxey's seen that all series. Embiid drives down a lane.
Straight's the extent to which Joel Embiid is limited right now physically. He had a wide open lane. He didn't even think about it.
With each other. Play harder. Play harder.
Man, you can feel the raw.
Can have, and you're just trying to continue to get his guys to fight through this.
Again, sidestep, kicks it back out. Mikal Bridges walks into a three.
On the floor right now, they give up 2 long rebounds that should have been secured by a guard at the top.
Alley-oop, Robinson, and this time Embiid able to gather it. Here comes Maxey racing up the floor. Sidestep layup is good. Well, this team has fought all season long through injuries, through that first round series. Bridges layup, got it.
And get all the way to the rim. He's really always looking for that mid-range, or he's going to get a slash on the weak side.
That's with 5:59 left. Josh Hart. Robinson hands it right back. Bridges corner, Hart. Three-pointer, puts it up. Shot won't go. Floor. Uses Embiid as a screen. Gets inside. Layup. Shot won't go. Fight for the rebound. Harts it out. McBride tries another three. Bridges another offensive rebound. Trying to get out there. Puts up the layup and banks it up. Offensive rebounds. Edgecombe trying to get going, gets inside, beautiful move, and he banks it.
We're casual getting back, so he just put his head down and got to the rim.
And another held ball.
Their 10th offensive rebound.
And considering their shoot hounds has the advantage, there's nobody ahead of them, which is unusual. Just to put a dent into this big lead as they head into the locker room. Brunson against Barlow. Falling away. Edgecombe gets in the paint, fires away, shot no good, and beat the tip, and a foul. Boy, you hear the Knicks fans, they are so loud here. And as Embiid remaining here in the second, game 4, Knicks up 20. Meanwhile, still 4 minutes to go here in the second. Sixers a chance to cut into this enormous lead.
Chance here now to get it under 20.
Remember in game 5 in the first round, facing elimination, on the road in Boston, picks up his first.
Here's Tyrese Maxey trying to get it going. DraftKings is the #1 sports book for live betting. Use promo.
Scoring with 22 points, also had 8 rebounds. He's their second leading scorer in this series. OG Anunoby missing his second game. George all over Hart. Towns against Drummond. Kicks it out Brunson. Corner three. Got the NBA record for most in a playoff game is 25. Drummond. Brunson on the drive. Back out Hart. Hart's going to try a three-pointer. That's good.
But even he's knocking him down.
You saw those Villanova banners. Villanova plays a lot of their games. They feel very comfortable in this building. They've had a lot of big games both in their college.
Go, if you're Philadelphia with what you've been hit with in this barrage of shooting, going into the locker room.
But it also takes your offense out of a flowing rhythm. There's 2 ways, and there's the foul.
3-point attempt, I think, is what Nick Nurse is looking for. So they're going to send.
Robinson is the longest tenured Knick. All 8 years, second-round pick. Line.
You're going to hear a roar.
He has worked all season with Peter Patton, their shooting coach. The form is better. George, Embiid back in, kicks it out in the corner. Edgecombe lines it up. Shot won't go. Well, goes to help out. Brunson on the drive, puts it up left hand, won't go. Robinson on the follow. And right back to the free throw line.
This strategy or you don't. Like, it doesn't matter to me that he made a couple. If this is what you want to do here, when you have that win.
Offensive rebound of the first half. Shot clock at 4. Brunson looking, fires away, way off. George searching, rifles a pass in the corner. Quentin Grimes knocks down the 3. Maxey gets up on Bridges using a Robinson screen. Falling away, Bridges shot's good.
Off 2 feet, sometimes off 1. So comfortable.
Embiid and Robinson, he hasn't missed a shot. There's some blood right now. He said on the air, it's Mother's Day. So to all you mothers out there, happy birthday. And it's back to 21. Largest lead was 20. McBride pulls back. And a reach-in foul on Maxey, who does not like the. Bridges, another fine defensive play with the deflection. Brunson, McBride, three-pointer, puts it in! Embiid spins against Huckporty, off balance.
With the Knicks with 17 made threes here before the half.
But 17 of 28. He's gotten some minutes earlier in the series. Bridges gets it 5 on the 24. Out to Hart. Hart lines up three-pointer. It's put a little dent in the big lead. Knicks get it right back. Grimes fires away. Got it. An explosive first half. The Knicks.
We were really bad, but he said we got another half. We got to chip away at this and try to get it down to 4.
With his 10th assist of the game. He had 2 triple-doubles in the Hawks series as Paul George.
But I just think Philadelphia's making so many mistakes on this end. Even that first possession, right up.
Another pass inside to Hart. Hart back out to Towns. Shot clock winding down. Hart took a shot in the head. Towns is runner. It's the second time he got hit in the head as George picks up his second foul. And he's been magnificent at it.
Allowing him more cutters from that area of the floor. Easy for him.
Undefeated in this postseason. Towns now full team. Threw it behind Embiid. Embiid fakes the pass. Got it caught on his hip a little bit. Pulls back and nails it.
So big and combines it with that shooting touch.
Towns fakes, drives on him, gets inside, lays it up.
In this game, anytime he's got any sort of closeout coverage, they're going right at him and put my body in the way to some degree, but clearly he was sliding and moving when that contact took place. Letdowns. I just didn't think they came out with the appropriate intention of taking away space at the start of the game.
Well, that first roundhouse punch kind of deflated them. Bridges trying to find an opening. Back up top, Josh Hart. Hart finds Bridges. Bridges drives on Embiid. Goes inside, kicks it out. McBride. Corner three is up. Tyrese Maxey to George. Catch and release. Knocked out of bounds. It'll go. A lot of clamoring for Mike Brown to take him out of the starting lineup during the early part of the Hawks series. He's playing some of the best back. Embiid. A smooth touch.
Out on fire in the first half after struggling in the first 5. Set the stage for
Knicks 19 of 31. Edgecombe to Embiid. Robinson trying to stop him. Back to Edgecombe. Goes back door. The rookie spins in. Layup's good. Like all rookies do. Ups and downs in his first year in the NBA playoffs. Alley-oop pass. Embiid. Maxey finding his spot. He's just.
That ball can maybe not feel right. His hand might not be spread out quite the same. And his consistency just.
Grimes fires away. Edgecombe gets the rebound. Back out Maxey. Maxey knocks down that. Brunson. Brunson, another excellent game. 17 points, 6 assists. A crossover, the drive. Inside. Reverse. He's got it. And Brunson deflected by McBride. Brunson a three. Bang. Assist and a 29-point lead. Maxey catches, fires. The way the Knicks have been playing since game 4 of the first round. Count it, and a
flank cut was available.
I love stories like Barlow, and that he wasn't drafted and defender. Josh Hart rattled
until today.
Embiid lost it. Falls down, finds Edgecombe, and Edgecombe gets inside and banks it home. Shot clock at 5. McBride sets, fires, connects.
Action, that's got to be a switch every single time. Sixers don't communicate it to go with the ball.
Maxey alley-oop, Grimes couldn't handle. Defense, that's been such a huge part of their turnaround, both in the regular season and here in the playoffs. Brunson, Hart. For the older people watching, that's a Nolan Ryan fastball.
And it was rising.
McBride trying to stay with him, kicks it out the corner. Maxey. Back out Grimes. Grimes catches, fires, short. Distance, Knicks 22 of 35. That's right, 22 of 35 as Edgecombe.
I don't want to give Philly any life in this game, trying to end this series.
The hunger and intensity they came out with defensively.
And you see what the result is. New York Knicks playing their best back.
Towns was looking to pass. He wants to pass. He does
As well. Go ahead and shoot. I'm surprised he wasn't too dizzy to release it.
Drummond puts it on the floor. Shot blocked by Towns. Drummond and Towns chatting. Brunson gets away from him, and a foul on Drummond.
Baseline, your big always knows where his rotation has to be.
Towns drives on Drummond. The runner's up. Shot no.
Really defend and was a great floor leader.
And one of the great moments in NBA history is when he sang the national anthem in
His cheeks. Now, lifelong in this game.
and beloved here in this city.
The last title. Knicks trying to get one step closer.
Towns running the floor, goes into Drummond. Tried to. I know you and Richard wouldn't like that.
In this situation,
Just let go of the rope at this point. With 7 on the shot clock, they're still battling and trying as Maxey can't draw a foul. Rebound comes out, and McBride can't grab it, so Philly getting ovation, a huge ovation from the Knicks fans behind the bench.
score come down in the playoffs, but just get so much more recognition as an all-around player because of the way they've adapted their offense to fit his skill set as a passer.
2 conference finals last year with the Knicks, the year before with Minnesota, and he had been so connected right now, as you said, at the most important time of the year.
And just the way that they're humming right now offensively is giving anybody right now.
Minutes, 24 points. Alvarado. Drive blocked by Grimes. Nice defensive play. Porty picks it up. Landry Shamet. And how about 4 3-pointers? Got extra time without Anunoby. Beautiful left hand. Oh, everything going down. Deuce McBride. He'll get 2 free throws with 1:09 remaining here in the third. Draft lottery today and getting those high picks, but so often you get a late first.
Anunoby went down that if anybody could step up and produce, he was ready for that moment. And it's just another weapon for Mike Brown.
Interesting. Nick Nurse kind of went over and had a word with him, probably saying, hey, let's not. Porty puts it on the floor. Tried the minutes in this series because of Towns' foul problems and Robinson's foul problems. It's the first to break it all down and talk about another
Greater degree, and it makes Mike Brown go in a different direction.
that was just announced over the PA. He's retiring after this season. 28 years with the Sixers. When you come to a game in the PA, congratulations on a wonderful career. Winding down the third quarter. Jordan Clarkson on all cylinders on the offensive end. Edgecombe falls down. Bono gets inside. And another second-round pick. You know, you talk about getting the lottery. We have the draft lottery.
For Mike Brown.
Technical foul called on Kelly. Set.
I mean, it looked like good play on the ball.
So Porty, who has had some important. Edgecombe still out there with Barlow, Bona, Dalen Terry, and Edwards, Dadier, and Tyler Kolek. Porty liking those drives to the basket. And of course, Jalen Brunson's dad, Rick Brunson, is an assistant coach. Knew his career was over by the Sixers, and it was a Knicks-Sixer preseason game where New York, Madison Square Garden, and Jalen accompanied him as a little kid. Videos out there about how hard he pushed Jalen to be a great player. As Alvarado comes, Dadier, the deflected out of bounds. Edwards. It was his third game as
in this building.
26 points, 8 threes, had 5 steals. Banks that. And now he's playing the NBA in Manhattan, so he's covering at least 3 of the bars. Some extra chatter. Shamet trying to say no, didn't try and do it. Shamet picks up his second foul. Bench play, and again, their bench has been excellent in the postseason. As Edgecombe shot off.
On a given night, and I talked about Shamet. I'll finish my point on that. He was a guy that were affected, but just always ready to come in, compete, better defender than you would think, and out
there to greet him. Alvarado tries a three-pointer. Well, he hit 8. I can't believe we're having this with 9.5 minutes remaining here in the fourth. Trouble staying healthy, and Shamet gets an ovation coming off. And they've still got a lot of money.
When he had an all-league season, but those are tough decisions to make when you have that kind.
Immense talent, a generational talent and player who's on his way to being one of the all-time.
Because you look back to the Boston series, they don't win that series if Embiid doesn't come back into that series and really dominate Boston the way that he forced, Mike. That is so hard to find an answer for defensively, but he's got so many.
Inspirational win, down 3-1 against the Celtics, win 2 games in Boston, including Game 6. And they're on the verge of being swept and dominated. Going to 5 lead changes, but they just couldn't make the plays at crunch time. Knicks crunch time.
They're healthier, the exception of what they're dealing with right now with Anunoby, which doesn't look to be all able to.
Knicks fans making sure they're being heard. Again, it's another road record is, and it's counting this afternoon if they obviously hold on and the Awara.
Focus, and that's also great rhythm. And they represent a big challenge for anybody preparing to play them.
Jeremy Sohan, Hukporti. There was an offensive clinic tonight. You know, Legs, we talked about so many of the players was all season long. Never panicked, tried different things, listened to so many people. Last year, and he's handled, Mike Brown has, he's handled the ups and downs so well. He's trailing. And right now he's on the verge of a sweep to get the Knicks to the conference finals in Google search. So extensive time as the great Mark.
To have the mindset to end series when you get an opportunity. You know, it's one less game you have to play.
Terry DeBona. Bona fighting inside, gets it because the 3rd-string point guard. He had some really good moments this year. Dadier, the 2nd-year player from France, blocked. We've petitioned for running time here in the 4th quarter.
I wouldn't mind it.
We've been denied. Edwards drives inside. Nice move from Ed. Cavaliers and the Pistons to have a nice long series. Although, is there a balance between, yes, you want a nice long series and
the ball? If Mike Brown had his way, I'm sure he'd wish for a Game 7 in that series and a strength with OG Anunoby making a return at some point.
Nice steal by Terry. Again, that's the key for the Knicks. Anunoby, who was 2 games with a hamstring injury. He's still listed day to day. And Knicks had the luxury of being able to sit him the last 2. Terry is fouled by Dio. He wasn't an all-star right away. His work ethic got him there. And Nick Nurse said, what an outstanding career.
One of the most physical pound-for-pound guards his size that have ever played team as a result.
Now, he has not announced his retirement. There's been hints of that. And did not play much this year, Kyle Lowry, but certainly a mentor and a leader for a lot of these young Sixers.
Anything negative to say about the 4 guys that are here today? And if you thought Doug,
you're a bigger man forward, Legs. Diawara trying to draw a foul. MVP. Knicks had won in 70 and 73 and have not won a title since. The way
finals a couple of times. This will be their 6th appearance in the Eastern Conference Finals since then.
They got a lot of work.
You know, has the ability to draw 2 players on every possession depending on your.
There's a handful of players in the NBA that if they're on your roster, you feel every night you get ready to cheer here on this Mother's Day. And again, it's going to be either Detroit and handle the Knicks. Knicks are a different team now, but Detroit will be a tough matchup. Far from over.
Yeah, and that Detroit, what they did to them in the way that their spacing is, the way they're shooting the basketball, much more confident.
First round last year in a very hard-fought, emotional series at a lot of close games. 30 minutes.
And you know, so far for the Cavs, it's been a tale of Homer Road for them. The entire big Game 4 for the Cavs coming up, trying to even that series.
Kolek 3-pointer, the all-time NBA playoff record. It's a week from today.
The first half, they got quiet actually because the lead got so big. The Knicks fans even got a little disinterested. Fans not to let this happen in their building. They did it again.
Well, it's easy to get down here from New York as Broom hits Julius Randle's arrival. Knicks went through a lot of dark years as Dadier fans on their feet, the standing ovation. Broom gets it. And they've won 7 consecutive playoff games.